Hey, you guys, good morning. Day 2 of being home and being inside and trying to stay sane. I'm sure you guys are trying to get adjusted to this, and it's probably pretty weird being home and not being in school. So it's kind of hard not to address the situation and what's going on with the coronavirus. And even to face what you're feeling about it and maybe the fears or doubts that you have. And so I want to share a verse from the Bible that I feel like is applicable to the situation that we're in right now. And maybe you guys can relate to it. And so the verse is in the Old Testament out of a book called Isaiah, and it's Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. So Isaiah was a man who was speaking to a group of people what God was saying to him. So when you hear these words, maybe picture like this is God speaking to you. And so this is what it says. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So like I said, Isaiah is relaying these words from God to a group of people. And this group of people were in a time where they were really doubting God. They were doubting his goodness. They were doubting his strength and if he was able to provide for them or be good in the way that they once thought that he was. And so my thought is maybe you guys can relate to this a little bit. I don't know how you're feeling about this craziness and how hectic this is with the coronavirus, but maybe you're in a situation where you're like, God, are you really good? Are you really who you say you are? Or maybe this is how you feel about a different situation in your life, that you're wondering, like, where are you, God? Are you real? Are you here? Do you see what I'm going through? So maybe you can relate to this group of people that were feeling that way. But Isaiah was coming in and he was comforting them and reminding them of the truth about who God is and who they really knew God to be. And if we think about it, we really know who God is. We know his character. We know his great love for us and the way that he cares for us and sees everything that we're going through. And so the real challenge that we have, if we're in a place where we're feeling like we're doubting God or wondering if he's good or wondering where he is in this situation with the coronavirus or in another situation in our lives, the challenge really is to hold on to those truths about who God is and what we know about him and really trust him in a time of unknown or uncertainty of the future. And so it actually reminds me of another verse in the Bible. It's in the way back of the Bible in a book called 1 Peter. And it's 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. And this is what it says. These trials are only to test your faith, to show that it is strong and pure. And so I think that what it's saying is that when we go through trials or struggles or difficulties, it's a chance for us to really demonstrate and show that we do trust God and we do believe that he is good. And it's not like a pass-fail challenge, like are you going to pass the test in your belief in God when you're going through something hard? But it's more to show how genuine your faith really is. So as an example, if we think about it in terms of physical strength, if you were to say, I have really strong arms, I can do something difficult and show that I have strength in my arms. There would be no use in saying that unless you could really back it up, unless you could prove it. So for you to do a bunch of push-ups, that's like showing that you actually really do have strong arms and you weren't just saying that. And so it's kind of the same with our faith. Like if we say we trust God, we believe in him and we believe that he's good, well, when hard things come up in our life, remaining strong and believing in God and trusting him even though we don't know what's happening is the way that we're proving our faith. We're proving that our faith is genuine and that it's real. So in this difficult time, It's a chance to show our spiritual push-ups, if you will, and show that our trust in God really is real and our faith is strong. And these hard things are a time to show that. So I just want to give this to you guys as a reminder to not be discouraged. Like Isaiah said, do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. And that's my encouragement for you guys this morning, to remember that God is good and he is with you. He sees what you're going through and you can trust him. So I would say, as a challenge, take some time today to spend some time with God, have a quiet time, and read in 1 Peter, the verse that I just read. It's in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7, but you could read kind of a passage around that. So chapter 1, verses 3 through 9. And it can be it's kind of a challenging passage, but I think it would be really good for you guys to read and spend time with Jesus on, maybe journal your thoughts about it. And you should text a leader after you do, and maybe you guys can FaceTime and talk about what you got out of it. So, yeah, have a great day, you guys.